Hello. We're back. We are back. We are back. It is so time for us to be back. Let's get all this stuff set up properly. Think we're good to go. I do like singing to myself. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. All right. Yo, what's going on? Oh, you're just gonna go to sleep. I'm sorry. I'm not doing anything too fun. I was gonna start a little earlier, and then the kids were not going to bed, so got stuck a little bit late. But I fully understand if you need to go to bed. Brian Johnson would get mad at me if I told people not to get their sleep in, to stay awake and watch me. I think we were just gonna play some Terminator today. I have some coding to do, but I don't really feel like setting it up right now. So I figured I'd just play some games for a little bit and then take a nap. But how have you been? Other than that you got to go to bed while you're here. Things been going well? I'm still out of credits on Vercel, so I haven't made any updates to hide and seek cards yet. It's 10:20 p.m. East Coast. So I'm old though, so that's late. I like to be in bed by like 11 usually. This is late night for me. But because I didn't get a chance to do any streaming for the last couple days, I figured, you know what? I got to get on for just a little bit at least. You know, keep those vocal cords warm and ready. Also, did you see my new lighting setup? What? Pretty proud of this. I feel like it came out real nice. The only thing I need to do is I need to move this camera up just a little bit more so when I lift my head up, I don't get all that glare. But that's where it is for now. So we'll just have to deal with it. Thanks, man. It's pretty wild. I happen to have like 2 LED lights, and then so I was like, I could probably set this up to look a little bit nicer. And then so I have one. It's funny though, the LED lights are so bright that like, so you can see it in the back if I move my head too far because I have a mirror or like a piece of glass back there. But they're literally pointed at the walls instead of like directly on me because they're so bright. If I point them directly at me, they're like out of control bright. Even if I just move this barn door, like what's this? Oh, that's actually not too bad. But if I actually rotated the light this way, it would yeah, it gets wildly bright very fast. So this is setting up the new jam, you know? Just trying out new things. I do like this. It definitely softens it up a little bit. The other, when it was just the one light before, the one ring light, it was pretty harsh. Nobody wants to see me that harshly lit. Dude, the Theo follow was recent. I think he started following me after that whole Theo smells code, which just sort of happened. But definitely that was the surprising one. I've said this before, and you saw my live notification on it? No way. Oh, that's hilarious. That's so funny. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to be like, okay, what am I trying to say? I'm getting myself mixed up. Somehow, as a very like reasonably non-technical person, you know, I'm technical enough. I have a weird following of like very technical people on Twitter, especially. Like not so much on here, but like on Twitter. It's really weird. I don't know why, but for some reason I'm followed by some very smart people in the dev space. So I'll take it, you know. I'm not gonna argue it, but it's pretty funny. That's wild though. That's super cool that I got a notification pop up. You have to You should link which video it is. When I go check it out, I'll clip it and get it framed on my ceiling. It'll be on my wall. Yeah, you can paste links now. I fixed it. I did finally fix it. I figured out how to do it. Took me a while, but apparently I had it turned off in Twitch, which is why it wasn't working. Yeah, here, we'll pull it up. Check it out. This is my new claim to fame. But yeah, he started following me because when I made the post about the fact that I'd canceled ChatGPT, and so I was like, convince me to use T3 chat, and then the T3 chat guy, whoever runs the T3 account, he was like, he gave a little speech, but then he goes, offer code Theo Smells for $1 for a month. And so I was like, wow, I can't pass up that. It was pretty great, and for some reason it got really popular because it was pretty funny. All right, here, I'm gonna check that out. 1 second. Dude, that's hilarious. I'm gonna check this out. I'm so excited. Okay, here, wait. Let me pull it up. I'll pause the old.
If I look at coding,
boom.
which is one area
Okay,
where
here.
AI is making the most progress. What we are finding.
Can you actually hear this?
Far from the world, I think we'll be
it's
there
probably
in
pretty
3 to 6
quiet.
months, where AI is writing 90% of the code.
At the time, I thought this was one of the most absurd statements I'd heard any tech CEO make in history. And it was. And to be fair, he was wrong. It actually took 9 months. Boris is the developer in charge of Claude Code. He did an update a few days ago talking about how originally Claude Code was a...
Oh, yeah. There we go. Yeah, I made it into a stream. That's awesome. I'm actually gonna screenshot this. This is hilarious. You just made my day. Heck yeah, dude. Check this out. Boom. We're posting that one. That's hilarious. Oh, and then T3. So if you haven't, here, I'll just do this. I've become, without any coercion or anything, a sponsor. Nobody's paying me or said that I could be a sponsor. But if you do T3.chat, there was a tweet here. Let me see if I can just find the tweet that I posted. Basically, I had canceled my OpenAI, and I was like, okay, convince me to use T3 chat. And here, let me see if I can pull it up. T3 chats. Okay, here. Oops. Keep forgetting that I'm on a Windows PC. Okay. So I posted this, and let me see if you can see it. Oh, you're already a subscriber? Oh, nice. Yeah, dude, I really like it too. It's been good. I'd used it before, but then I was just so used to using ChatGPT that I didn't move from it. But then finally I was just like, I don't know why I'm paying for ChatGPT. So I posted this, and then whoever runs the T3 chat account did a great job. It's like I'll read it. I just canceled ChatGPT. They offered me a free month, so I've got 1 month to decide where to go. And then so I was like, T3.chat, why should I move to you despite the fact that Theo is involved? Yeah. Oh, you saw this. Yeah, great. And then they posted this with code Theo Smells for the first month, and it actually worked. So then I was like, I've just been constantly talking about the fact that it's the Theo Smells is an actual real discount code, and I find it so funny that I'm trying to get more people to sign up. I'm trying to get Theo or like one of the other people to tell me if they ever will, how many people actually signed up with that code. Like, I made a joke early on, like I should get a referral payments for it. But more than anything else, I'm just so interested. I just want to know like how many people actually signed up for it using that code, because it was awesome. Oh, I didn't even notice this though. Look at that. 69 on the likes. Oh dang. Yeah, so I did message him. So hopefully at some point he'll get back to me, because I would love to know how many people actually signed up for it with that code. I mean, they definitely got me, so. Oh, and I'm 100% posting that picture. Thanks for pointing that out. That's huge. I love when that stuff happens. You just randomly end up in somebody else's stream. Oh yeah, well, I was watching a Mr. Beast video with my kid earlier. Gotta love that. Which do you most use in it? So hilariously, probably just because I've been so used to ChatGPT. I've been using ChatGPT for like the conversation stuff, just like asking questions and things like that. And then it's funny because I also have Gemini Pro. The Gemini 3, see, so I already have Gemini Pro because I already had the like Google storage and stuff. So because I have Gemini Pro, it seems like a waste to use it in T3 chat, since I get the AI stuff with Gemini anyways. And so I do use Gemini quite a bit, but then I just use it in the in Gemini's window, because then I can just do the nano bananas and all that's already covered in my subscription. I haven't tried Kimmy. I should try it. It's the one that I haven't really given it a go. Maybe that'll be the next thing. I'll try and I'll see what I can build with Kimmy. I have been building, so for a company I used to work for in the past few nights, well, the past couple of weeks at night, I've been doing, I've been rebuilding some of the website that we built for them, which is just like a custom. But the Gemini app is, yeah, you have the Gemini Plus because of the Google Drive. That's what I have too. And then, yeah, the app. And did you see, like, I don't know if you have any of the Google Homes, but like I definitely have a, like 4 years ago, if you were signed up for YouTube Family, they gave away a ton of like Google Homes. So I have like 8 of them. They also gave away a bunch of Stadias at one point. So I think I have like 6 of those just like still in a box. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Hopefully maybe one day they'll become like collector's items. But I have all these Google Homes, and so I set them up and been using them, and they just switched from like the old Google Assistant. Now you can have like Gemini in all the devices. I'm still torn on it. It's not too bad, but it's definitely weirdly, it's like slower, obviously. And so like certain actions and like questions just seem to take a long time, but it does seem to answer a lot more stuff. Like I often found with the assistant, it would it would answer a question, but like, yeah. So see, so I feel like it's a huge upgrade from the assistant, except for I've just found it so slow. But I do really like it, answers way more questions. Like before with the Google Assistant, especially near the end, you would ask Google Assistant, and every response was like, "Oh, I can't find that for you," or "I don't have an answer for that." And then it would like maybe pull a web search sometimes if you were lucky. And I found that was super frustrating on the Google Assistant. But I've been getting used to the new Gemini in the system. Slowly but surely, it's getting there for me. I was just so used to it. And then also because of our family, we did like a whole like just like Siri, just web searching. Exactly. It's just with we went through all the voices as a family and like voted for which voice everybody liked. Because we were trying to find one that everyone could agree was a good enough voice. It took so long. Nobody could agree. Like the kids liked one voice, my wife liked a different voice, I liked one voice, and then we tried a few, but there were a couple of like the male voices respond. Their speaking pattern is just so slow. Like you ask the weather and it would take you like 20 minutes to get the answer. Just Like the data was there. It just took the AI voice so long to get it out. So we had to bail on those ones. Those ones were too much for us. But now I think we've got, well, now I don't remember. Fern, I think Fern's the voice we got. It was pretty funny. Now I got to check though. I'm the only one who knows how to change it though, so I can just mess with people and change it whenever I want. Let me see if I can find it. We have, right now we're using Fern. Yeah, Fern's good. Fern, I feel like it was the closest to the Google Assistant voice. So I like Fern. I'm a fan. Okay, I'm going to, just because I think that was the plan, I'm just going to pull up the old Terminator and just do some playing. And obviously, I know you said you got to go to bed. I fully appreciate you stopping by and hanging out, and don't want to keep you up. So, but you are welcome to hang out as long as you want. Have you tried Claude? I've been thinking about changing from T3 chat to Claude just to have some more limits with Sonnet and Opus, but I don't know. So I use Claude through Cursor because I have had like prepaid for a bunch of Cursor stuff, and so I use Claude through Cursor. So like for coding stuff, I do find Claude really good, and I have really enjoyed using it in Cursor. Oh, I realized I turned off all the music. Hold on. I do like having Claude in. Oh, that was probably pretty loud. Sorry. I like having Claude in Cursor, but I don't really use it for. I don't like having conversations with Claude. Like, I just don't really like asking Claude questions. I don't think it does a good... Like, it's not that it's bad. I just don't find it as good as ChatGPT when it comes to, like, the conversational type questions. But that could just be... I don't even know. Could be anything. But that's kind of where I'm at with those. So, I do like Claude. I mean, for coding stuff, I don't think you can get a better one. At least right now. I know that's probably going to change. The next one will come out, and then it'll be a whole new thing, and then we'll have to readjust all of our feelings until the next model comes out. I like it because, in theory, it hallucinates less and also have more safety barriers, I think. Yeah, it seems that way, at least from what they say. I don't know. Yeah, for coding, I like it a lot. I think I was saying, I'm redoing a website that I worked on a long time ago, and I haven't touched it in years, but I've just been going through with Claude and like knocking. It's a like custom WordPress build, and so it has lots of basically it just uses like chunks of PHP that handle different sections, and then it uses ACF to actually like do the editing in WordPress. But so I've just been having it go like, okay, I'm going to do this section. I need it to look like this. I want it to have these ACF pieces that you can edit, and I've just been doing section by section with Claude, and it's been crushing it. I mean, there's been like a few small changes, but most of the time it's getting it pretty quickly. And it's one of those things, like, I 100% could have done it myself, but I would have spent, at least twice as long doing it myself. Because Anthropic feels more focused. Yeah, Anthropic really seems to have settled. I mean, I don't know if this is their actual goal, but they do seem to really have settled into like the dev coding agent role. Whereas like, yeah, ChatGPT is trying to be everything. Grok's trying to be everything. Gemini will be interesting because like Google is already in everything. So it's not like, it's less surprising to me that Google wants to be in everything because they already are. But we'll see how that actually plays out. And then there's Copilot, which is just batshit. And Copilot is in everything, but it's just... it's like letting your, your feral cats and raging bulls out into the world. And that's Copilot, at least in my experience. I have not found Copilot very useful. I have a Windows PC, and I just have it turned off everywhere. Like, I try to keep it away from everything as much as possible. But yeah, micro slop, exactly. It's ridiculous. So Anyways, that's kind of the whole shebang. My feeling when it comes, I know it's funny. So like, okay, so I use a Mac most of the time. I have like a Nextcloud Linux server that I set up, and at one point I changed, and I only use this Windows PC to stream, because as much as I like Linux, I have an integrated GPU on this computer, and it really struggles. Like Linux just can't do it. Like, I'm not saying all Linux can. I'm sure I could spend hours and hours figuring it out and all of those other things, but it's just like, no, not happening. Oh yeah, our Mac's super expensive in Brazil. I mean, yeah, I didn't used to use Mac. I always used PC like my whole life, and then I got a job somewhere, and that was like, they bought me like my first MacBook Air, and then ever since I've got the MacBook Air, that first one, I really got into it, and I was like, okay, I like this. It's a good computer. I like how it feels. And then, you know, I did move over. What I tried to do, yeah, you do have to be patient and have a lot of free time, and the two things that I don't have a lot of. So it was just one of those, like, it really had a hard time. Basically, like, I did as much research as I could, but Linux specifically, and I was using like Hyperland as well, it had a really hard time passing off the. So how I found out this hybrid GPU often works is like, there's an Intel GPU and an NVIDIA GPU that work together. I think the Intel might be like a virtual one or something. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but long story short is the Intel one often like starts things up, and then the idea is like in GPU heavy stuff, it's supposed to pass that over to the NVIDIA 4050. But what would happen on Linux is it just wouldn't. It wouldn't pass it over. So it would like max out the Intel, which was fine for most things, like just day-to-day computer use. It wasn't a big deal. But for like streaming and gaming and all that kind of stuff, it would just, if that handshake didn't work properly, it would just crash. And it just wouldn't work. And I spent, gosh, probably like 3 weeks trying to just get it to do it reliably, to do that handoff reliably every time. And then I just was like, I can't. I was like, I just can't. I was like, this is keeping me from streaming now. Like, I want to go stream and I can't do it because Linux, as it exists with my knowledge of Linux, doesn't work. And so I was like, I'll just put Windows back on. Omachi? Yeah, dude, I do love Omachi. Like, that's what I was using before. But in my last time, I literally wasn't able to have Linux work on it. Oh, wow. Well, I'm glad you were able to get it. I did find with Omachi, that was like, I put it on a 2013 MacBook Air, and it ran beautifully. But when it came to streaming and stuff, it couldn't handle it. It couldn't handle that handshake with the hybrid GPU. And so I was just like, I got to go back. It was reminding me of the actual reason I bought this Windows PC way back when. Was that I was working on a code base that was built in .NET 4.7 or whatever, 4.9. It was pre-5. And if you have .NET pre-5, you cannot compile code on Mac. And no matter how, I tried a bunch of VMs and like parallel boots and everything I could do to get it to work, and it just won't do it. And I read tons of documents and finally found in like one random Microsoft document, they're just like, you can't do it. I was like, okay, well then I guess I have to buy a Windows PC. And then so that's how I got this. And then when I bought it, I was like, I might as well, because I didn't have a Windows PC, I was like, I might as well buy one that can run some games on it at least. There you go. Search the entire web, use 20 different distros, downgrade my BIOS, yet Linux suddenly kept crashing. Really? That's wild that it was still crashing on your old computer. I'm glad you got one that works. That's awesome. I do really like, I really like Omachi, and if I can ever, if streaming goes really well and I can get like a new computer that has a dedicated GPU, I would happily go back to Linux. Like what I said to the other day, or when I first started using it, is like, the Linux, the Omachi setup, if you're not a, if you're not like a Linux power user and you just want to try Linux, how much I enjoyed using it felt similar to when I first changed from Windows to Mac. Like it was just that, oh, this feels like the way it should be. And I know a lot of that has to do with Hyperlin, but like it just really felt like, oh, this is how a computer should work. Like I really am into this. And so I was a huge fan, but yeah, it just didn't work with streaming on my specific setup. And so that was it. And yeah, Windows is still the best for gaming, but it is changing. I mean, like obviously Steam is going all in on Linux with the Steam Deck. So wouldn't surprise me. And I will say, even on Omachi, like, and on my PC, as long as the handshake worked and it got off the Intel chip and went to the NVIDIA, gaming was great. It actually ran better on that machine than it was running on my than it runs on Windows. But it just wasn't reliable. The keybinds, I got really into the keybinds when I was using it. Like I set up so many keybinds. It was really fun for me. I really liked doing that. I thought that was a great time. I had like all sorts of different ones. Like I had one set up for like specific streamers that I wanted to watch, that like if I got a notification they were coming on, I could just keybind it to go right to their channel and stuff. I was very into the keybinds. And I did really like the tiling manager. I mean, I really liked, and they didn't have it when I first started, but I know they added it since, was pinning windows, so that you can, like, say you have a video up, you can like put it in the bottom right and pin it, and then even if you change workspaces, that video comes with you. I really like that feature. Again, that was a Hyperlin feature, but Omachi hadn't put it in, and now I know. I think it's in there as default now. But that was awesome, because I like to do that a lot. I feel like I can't use a distro that doesn't have a tiling manager. I know. Like Windows, it tries, and like it has a tiling manager, like not a tiling manager, I don't know what you call it, but like it has better window snapping at least now than it used to. But yeah, tiling manager is the best. Yeah, I think Arch is great for that. I don't know, it's one of those things. It's like it's a good I think you did a great job. I mean, I really liked it. It was the first time where I felt comfortable enough to like move off Windows and go try it. And it was my daily computer. And it got to the point where I liked it so much that I was using my Mac less because I enjoyed using Omachi so much. But if it ever figured out the dude, AI in Linux is huge. It's so like, those are the use cases for AI that like I personally really love. I mean, I've used it for a lot of stuff. Hey, what's up, man? Thanks for joining in. I love using the AI because yeah, you can just ask it questions. And I don't know if you use like an open code or anything, but that's really nice because then you can have it like run commands really easily, and you can just, you can just say. One thing that I use open code for a lot actually, which I found really useful, is if you're trying to debug something, open up open code and say, hey, I'm trying to debug this, follow open code. He's nuts. That's right. But I love to open up open code and say, I'm debugging something, watch this log file for errors, and if you see errors, see what those are, make a note of them so that we can fix them. And so many times it would be like, I would run something, it would be monitoring the logs, come up with errors, then I would, stop running whatever it was, and it would say, okay, I watched the log, or I was watching the logs, I noticed this, 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 and this. Yes, it can just watch files. 100%. I don't even think Dax knew that it could do that when I told him that it could do it, but I use that all the time. It's fantastic. No, I mean, so here's the thing. It could be running after the program, but like it's, when I say to watch the file, it's constantly running. So like, I think it's watching the file. As far as I can tell, like if it's not, I would be really surprised, but I don't know how it does it. And I just use the free model. They have one called like Big Pickle. Although now they have like Grok, I think is free. So I just use some of the free models. But yeah, it works really well. I should say this, just to be super clear. It worked really well when I was doing that on Omachi. I haven't yet done it or tried it on my Mac or my PC. When I was using Linux, it worked awesome that way, and I did it all the time, especially when I was trying to debug like Steam VR issues because of what we were talking about earlier with the issue of the handoff between the Intel and NVIDIA chip. It was monitoring those, and like it worked quite well. But yeah, it should work on Mac and PC, but like I said, I just don't know for sure. It's a great, I mean, they've done a great job. Like it's easy to use. I find that it does, you know, everything I need it to do. I don't know. They've done a good job. Dax and those guys have really crushed it. Yeah, Primogen uses it all the time. I mean, he's, as you probably know, like he's super in tight with all of those guys. But everyone that I've ever talked to that's part of Dax's organization is super nice and friendly. And like, even I submitted a PR once and I was just like, look, I will be straight up. This is AI coded, but it's just something that I think would be interesting. It ended up becoming a really big feature that they were like, I don't think we're ready to put that in yet, but I use it all the time. That's my own feature. So it worked out. But they were super nice about it. They were just like, oh yeah, that's cool. Like and at first it was a bug that I don't like. And then I came up with a solution. It was more convoluted than they wanted. So that was the end of it. But you know, it's not like anyone was a dick about it. They were all really friendly about it. So I saw a guy who kept Claude Code running for 9 hours straight. Is that the like Ralph Wiggum loop stuff that people keep talking about? I would like to try that. I think that would be interesting. I haven't done it, but I do think it would be interesting to see what would happen. So basically, here, let's see. Yeah. So this is I'm assuming this is what you're talking about, because a lot of people are starting to do this now. But basically, it's this thing called the Ralph Wiggum approach. And how long is this? Do you want me to pull a Primogen and just read this? Well, that's pretty long. Maybe not. I can give you the quick summary that I know, but basically, that AI generated photos for you. This one, yeah, that's so weird. But basically, what the loop does is you're just setting a loop that instead of doing like a planning document, the idea is that you set up you do more like a Jira ticket board of all the things that you want it to do. Like you want the LLM to do, and then you write a for loop basically that just says, what is this? Are you making? I'm going to open this safely in a different browser first. What are you trying to do? No bait? All right, I'll open it. If you get me in trouble. What is this? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Holy Jesus. This is one article? Oh my goodness. Only 105 minutes of reading time. Okay. I have a question for you. Have you read it before, and was it interesting? Because if it was, I would happily do this once. Oh, although it has rape and sexual assault, I don't know if that's a fun read for anyone. I was like, I'd read this on stream for fun, but it sounds like it might not be super fun to read on stream. I'm going to read it later. I'll leave it up. But yeah. Oh yeah, here's the Ralph Wiggum loop. So yeah, long story short, here you go. How it actually works. You invoke the Ralph loop with a prompt and completion criteria. It works on the task. When it tries to exit, you stop it. It intercepts. And then the hook checks for a completion promise. If it's not found, it refeeds the original prompt and keeps going. And so basically the idea behind the loop is it's just don't stop until you're actually done. And then I saw somebody else, I think it was Matt Pocock. He was talking about how he sets it up And so his whole idea is you just, you like set up all the Jira tickets, and then he's like, he has it set up so it says, like you pick the best, like the top priority thing to work on, and then keep going. For the context window, because like they were explaining it before and I can't remember exactly, but you basically do, it's compacting. You can do the same Claude compaction, and then it works, apparently. But yeah, this would be actually fun to read through and try and run one. I'd be interested to try it, just to see if I could get it to go. But yeah, Matt, I think it's Matt, right? Yeah, so this guy, he was talking about, you know, the most famous streamer on Twitch is an AI VTuber? That's ridiculous, but also not surprising. That's where it's going, man. It's gonna be VTubers all over. That's it. Real quick, just because I'm thinking about it. If you watch, this video, and I'll link to it because it's actually really good, or it's really interesting just to see his approach. Oh my gosh, I keep thinking I'm on Mac. Hold on. There. I've been watching it, and they got the world record for the hype train. No way. It's cool, but it is also very depressing to me that kind of stuff is so popular. But hey, what are you gonna do? Here, if you want to check out Matt's video about Ralph, that's an interesting one. I know. I made a post today, just something about there's like in my opinion, there's like a very small thing, a very small piece of the puzzle that AI solves for very well, but it feels like it's taken, like a meteor to crash into the earth in order to power a building, is the analogy I'm going for here. It just feels like we have taken this thing and all of the wake that is gonna happen, which I'm sure we're gonna get into worse things as we go, and as more people like me go and try more ambitious things. And it looks nice, it looks safe, and it'll end up leaking something horrible probably, but it's just one of those things where I just have this feeling that we're gonna pay for this tool at some point, and I don't know what that's gonna look like. I fear so much about not being possible to get a job as a software engineer in the future. That one's such a tough one, because I think you can look at it two ways. And again, I'm not a software engineer by trade, so don't, I'm only just giving you my thoughts. I wouldn't take them for much. But it might look different. Just finished high school and we'll start software engineer college next month. So I weirdly think that in the short term, it might seem really bad for that path. But I do believe, and again, this could be very unfounded, but I do believe having that degree is actually going to help you, because when everybody can do something, it doesn't make everybody amazing at it. It just makes more people able to do it. And so if you have a stronger understanding of what you're doing and what you're trying to accomplish, and then you combine that with if you have some good taste about product design and what you think you want things to look like, I think if you have those two things, where you have some of that knowledge, some of the taste, and then that willingness to just try things, I think you'll be fine. I think a lot of people are going to be very excited about AI, and a bunch of people are going to jump on and try to start building stuff, and some of them might end up getting really good, and they will, they might turn into a software engineer and like have a full career as a software engineer. But I think a lot of people are going to like try and build something. Maybe they'll build something kind of cool for themselves, and then that'll be it. And then they just won't bother anymore. Because I don't think, even if you can generate things by yourself, not everybody wants to spend time doing that. Like, even if that time is getting shorter, there's people still don't want to spend time doing it if it's not something they're interested in. And so I think there's always going to be that need for people who really like doing it. And then, like you just said, if you know coding, you are so much more powerful than using tools. I agree. Like, even my subset of like programming knowledge, which I fully admit is not that big, helps me immensely, because I just understand more of the things that are more of the reasons that the AI might be doing a thing that it's doing, or why a system might not be working the way I expect. And I don't know what it would be like to try and build those things without any knowledge. I'm not saying it's impossible, and I'm not saying there won't be people who come out of it who have zero coding skill and never even like looked at a computer before and might end up building something amazing, and maybe they'll build something that's like the next billion-dollar company. Who knows? But I think that's the difference between, like the outliers and the majority. And I think when you're on, especially if you're on tech Twitter a lot, the vibe is, the reason I try not to be super hypey about it is the vibe is just so overhyped to me. But try to be more conscious when using AI. Like, I'm trying not to just copy and paste, but make AI my teacher, construct the knowledge together with me. Yeah, I think that's good. I think pure AI right now has a very low ceiling on ability. I agree. I mean, you see so much hype, and you see so few people posting what they actually built. That's the best. That's the best analysis I have, is like, there's nonstop chatter about how amazing it is and how it's going to replace everyone and how people are building all of these amazing things. But like, I don't see a lot of people sharing those things. And I'm not saying I see everything on Twitter. Like, obviously, I know some people are. Like, even, I try and share. I built the card game, which I really like, the hide and seek cards, and it came out awesome, in my opinion. It has some tweaks that I still want to fix, but I ran out of credits, and I don't really want to pay for anymore. But, it works, and it does exactly what I wanted it to do, which is be a game that I can play with my kids. And that's what it is. But like, turning that into like a viable product that like people would pay for or want to use on a reasonable, like a game that people are going to play all the time, or like any of that, that's probably not in the cards. And a lot of that just has to do with, lack of some of the ability, because it was totally vibe coded, to do like some of the smaller refinements easily. But yeah, it does start to fall off at about 1,000 lines. That's seen so many different people make games /with their children with AI. That's, somebody coined the term. It definitely wasn't me, but I really like the term of like friendware. It seems like a great use case because it doesn't have to be perfect. Exactly. And I think that's the idea. Like, that friendware of, hey, I built this cool thing that we can use in our group, is awesome. And I think you can do tons of cool stuff with that. And I think you can make really interesting things. And AI is a great way to do it without having to get too deep. Yeah, friendware is a great term. I don't know who came up with it, to be honest with you, but it's a great term. And I've been using it all the time now, because I think that's what it is. Like, I think you guys are younger, but when I was growing up, when Macromedia Flash came out and everyone started making Flash games and putting them on Newgrounds, like, it was awesome. But like, the game, very few, very, very few of those games became like a big deal. They just were games that existed, and like, you could play them with your friends. And 21 is Unk now. Oh man, don't tell me that. 21 Code Girl, what's going on? How are you? I'm just learning that I am a super Unk, apparently, to the people I'm hanging out with right now. How are you doing? We haven't even started playing any games. We got into AI discussions, as everybody else is doing these days. I was just giving my 2 cents. I'm old, don't worry. Thanks. Dude, I'm almost 40. It's wild. I'll be 40 next year. Well, this year, I guess, technically. Oh man, who would have thought? But yeah, friendware, and I think like using AI tools to like build stuff that you and your friend. Code Girl is a perfect example of using AI to do super cool stuff. By the way, how is the stuff going with how are all the game things going for your kids and like the tools that you're building for what they could view? That was so cool. That was such a I think I told you that was like the big inspiration. What do people call old women? Auntie? We should. I don't know if that's what we're doing, if that's the term we're using right now, but I definitely think auntie would be a good term. Did you see what I ended up doing? I think I shared it with you. So I vibed this one up. So my son invented this card game. It's super easy to play. It's very fun. And like this is when I look at things like this is to me one of the best uses for AI, because like I could have probably built this over time, but it would have taken me way longer. And like now I got to knock this out, and my son can play it, and I can play it with him, and that's awesome. And as far as I'm concerned, like if that's all I ever use AI for, I'd be very happy with the product. But the hype is just killer. It's just destroying me. I can't handle it. Card games are fun to build. They're really cool. What's you should share the link. I turned links on. You should share the link. I don't remember. Is the stuff that you built, can anybody access it right now, or is it just for your home use? I know you were sharing some like screenshots and stuff, and they were super cool. But if people can visit, you're welcome to share it, because I love checking out other people's stuff. There's not a whole lot there. It was cool. I don't know. Hey, what you had is cool to me. Oh, now I'm playing this game. I forgot. Oh, I got myself out. Well, that was easy. Self-elimination. So just as a like side note, when my son invented that rule as part of this game, it became like the most fun game to play in person. Because when people self-eliminate, everybody just loses their mind. Which is awesome. Oh yeah, here we go. Rainbows, cupcakes, and unicorns. Like, see, this is, but you just, I don't want to speak for you, but you like coded this yourself, right? Because you are a very talented developer. The Primogen birthday. I haven't seen that. All right, I'll open that up. Let's check this one out too. All right, let's check out the Primogen birthday. Yeah. The Primogen Spire. Welcome, Prime, to the Spire so tall it rises each year to honor it all. At the base lie relics, both curious and true, each shaping the path that's waiting for you. Choose with care, let the journey unfold, for dangers and laughter alike will take hold. And before you depart, don't fail to see your inbox hold something prepared secretly. Choose the starting route. This is awesome. Kinesis, +1 draw at each turn. Vim motions, +10 max HP. VS code, take damage, -10% damage. Oh, here, I should zoom this in a little bit. Hold on. Will it wreck? Okay, there, that's a little better for you guys. This is awesome. I already like this. Vim motions, obviously. I know I zoomed in, so I'm sorry if I'm not giving this the best look by zooming. But I just want people... you can all see that, right? There. I'll do that zoom. This is amazing. Click a node to climb the way. Happy birthday, Prime, with coffee in hand and code on your side. The Primogen inspires the treacherous ride. Gremlins await and errors conspire, but cake lies ahead at the top of the spire. Did you write all these poems too? This is really good. Click a node to climb the way. Random event, birthday themed encounter, unknown outcome, potential row. This is amazing. I did not see this before. This is awesome. All right, let's battle this guy. I can't believe you built this. This is incredible. Seg fault attack, terminal coffee rush. Defend. You know what's the best part is I'm so bad at these games that I am just terrible. Oh, I hit. Then what should I do? Should I defend? Terminal coffee rush, +2 energy. Oh, gain 4. Oh, I need to draw one. That's a good one. Yeah. Boom. What happens if I run out of cards? Took many hours. I believe it. Oh, I'm done. I'd use so many cards. All right. Here we go. We're gonna beat this old man judo. What else do I want to do? We'll just attack again. We're going for the attack. Heal 5, heal 5. We're gonna end turn. Okay. Oh man, he got me. Seg fault. Oh, I think we. Oh, we're 2 points away. We're so close. Yes. Oh no. I thought I was gonna get him on that one. What do I need to do? Gain 5 block? What's that do? Whoa, block. Duh, now I get it. I'm just using all sorts of things. Let's use some heal. Why not? Let's use more heal. This is very cool. Okay, let's get him. Yeah! This is awesome. Very cool. I'm leaving this open because I'm going to play this more later. And then for the people who are interested, or just because I asked you, this is super cool. Lemonade stand. Have you seen my lemonade stand game? This is super cool. I have a problem. People tell me that when I do this, it doesn't come off the right way. But when somebody has something that reminds me of something I've done, I get really excited to share it with them. It inspired me to. Woo! I love that. Man, I love that lemonade stand game. This one's really nice. I like this. Let's see. Okay, how much money do I have? I got $2. All right, let's do a little recipe. Oh, ice. You have ice in your recipe. I like that. Here, we're going to do 3, 2, 2. Oh, I have to go shopping. Oh, man. This is awesome. I like it. All right, what do we want here? How much money do I have? Oh, did I spend all my money? I have 55 cents left. Here, I'm going to... That's fine. Let's just see what happens. Let's see what happens. Okay. Sell it for $1? $2? What if I just sell... What if I try and sell it for $100? Will that work? will they let me do it? Let's see. Let's see. Come on. Just $100. This is so cool. You did great. I love this. Can I sell one for $100? Ah! Didn't work out. This is awesome. I love it. This is so cool. I love that you built this for your kids. Like, this is the kind of stuff that I love. Here, what can we draw? Here, I'll draw my favorite face that I always draw. I'm really bad at drawing with a mouse, by the way. Dude, I could play this all day. All right, let's see if I can get this right. Oh, hold on. And we gotta go in with this. And I go. Perfect. Thank you. Oh, you need some teeth. Hold on. Ah. Let's give him some bottom teeth too. There we go. Oh, I didn't give him an ear. That was a mistake. I like to give this guy, I always draw this guy with like a little tiny body and pencil neck. I don't know why. I've always drawn this little dude. He's been one of my favorite little characters to draw forever. There we go. Not bad. This is so cool. I love it. Can save the image? Oh, hold up. Oh yeah, here, save. Where does it save to? Oh, downloads. Aw, that's awesome. Do the kids like it? Have they been having fun with it? Oh, practice speech sounds? Oh yeah, I remember you showing this. This is really cool. Armchair.
Armchair.
Nice. I don't know if anyone could hear that. It was pretty quiet on my end, so it probably isn't that loud. What's this? Mark each practice attempt. Okay. Pass. This is awesome. Beach ball.
Beach ball.
Nailed it. What about the next one? It's for my daughter. Aw, that's so cute. This is awesome. Butcher. This is great. Oh, I will reset all practice. Yeah, I think this is so cool. Like, this is the type of stuff that if I was better at just coding myself, I'd love to just do. But since I'm not, this is the kind of stuff that I personally believe is like what most of the use case for AI is like building cool stuff for people close to you to solve very specific problems and being able to like do it. Now, again, I don't want to take away from Code Girl because she obviously did this herself, and that is way cooler than just pumping it out with AI. But I just like the fact that that's something that has kind of become in reach for me that would take too long. Like, I don't remember if I ever, I think I've showed people this before, but when my nephew turned, 10, was just aiming something wholesome and no tracking is what I was aiming for. It's perfect. It's really great. When my nephew was turning 10, like this I actually made by myself. This was like pre-AI stuff. But it was, let me see if I can, I don't know if there's sound coming out of here or not. Whoops. Oh yeah, it's just super quiet. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. But I made this game for him for his birthday. And so like I drew all the pictures, I did all the coding. It's all in Pico 8. And just made him like a little adventure game. This is when you showed me Prime's birthday gift, it made me think of this. And then so it's just like, I just made him this little game for his 10th birthday. You have to go around, find all the scrolls. There's all these secrets to get scrolls. You gotta find keys. I don't know how loud it is. I turned it up, but on my end, it's not that loud. So if it's super loud, just tell me and I'll turn it down. But yeah, so I made this like little dungeon game for him. So this was for his 10th birthday. And then I don't have, I wish I had, I could go through the whole game, but at the end, oh, I'm just gonna do it, whatever. So we still need 13 more scrolls. So if you don't want any spoilers, don't look. But I made him this game, and then he played it. And at the end of it, let me see if I can get through this quickly. See if I can still remember everything. Oh yeah, oh, spikes, I forgot about spikes. Oh shoot. Avoid the spikes. There we go. Oh man, incredibly short video. Hold on. I gotta beat this game now because I want to show you the ending that I made for him. Because that's the best part. But don't watch this video if you want to play this game by yourself because I'm gonna show you where everything is. Oh, oh shoot. Got my timing wrong. Come on, baby. There we go. Okay, okay. Is that everything in this room? I think so. It was funny. So I did this for my, I built like a reset feature. And then my nephew figured out that after you get what you want, you can just use the reset feature and it takes you back to the start of the level. Which I was like, oh, that's genius. And I definitely did not think of that as far as like a game mechanic goes, that you could just exploit into getting through this game even faster. So, he's a smart little guy. Okay, we're getting, oh, sugar. We're getting close. We're getting close. Yeah, it was really smart. I was like, wow, dude, you are way smarter than me. And it's funny because I added in a whole bunch of like extra little things to help him get through. Or like, well, so actually what happened was I had my wife play test it and she couldn't find any of the scrolls. So I added little hints to like try and help people figure out where they were. Like those trees have a little shadow and that's how you know you can walk through them. And then the rocks that you can move are usually on top of grass. Oh, I forgot that I gotta go through this dungeon. And then this is the only one that doesn't have it, but like all the rocks that can move have like a little hint. But anyways, I'm almost done and I'm just gonna show you the end because that's my favorite. Oh, do I not have a key? Oh, sugar. Hold on. Oh, there it is. Okay. See, like that was supposed to be kind of like an arrow made out of grass so that you knew where the key was. But yeah, this took a lot. I guess what I was getting at with this, because Code Girl had mentioned it, that it took many hours. Like this game took me a long time to make, and like I drew it all, coded it all. The only thing I didn't do was the music, and that's there's this guy in the Pico 8 community named Gruber, and he's awesome. The music that he comes up with is amazing. Yeah, there you go, speedrun. That's right. But he makes awesome music. Yeah, games are a slow process. They are so much fun to make, though. Like, I had a blast doing this, and this was just like, you know, I was trying to just do this project outside of work hours, and I had such a good time with it. This rock situation took a long time to make sure it didn't do a swastika. The first few times when I placed the rocks and like what could be moved, I was like, oh geez, I can't do that one. Yeah, dude, the tower stream was my favorite. I love the tower stream. I would love to go like do one of those. That's like a dream. That would be just such a blast to sit and hang out with people that are fun and just make games. Did you actually show up to the tower stream, or did you just watch it? I know like there were a whole bunch of guests at the second one, so I don't even really know who showed up anymore. The pseudo songs? Yeah, dude. Those were wild. Began is a master of those. Is there any more? I just want to miss anything. Okay. Oh, I'm missing one. Which one am I missing? Shoot. Is it up here? No. Okay. We gotta find one more. No, I just watched. Yeah, it was so much fun. Anyone asked Brian about going, though? I'm sure he would have said yes. Yeah, he probably would have. It seemed like they were having such a good time. It was absolute chaos and amazing. Oh, I found a scroll. Okay. I think I got them all. Okay, ready? This is all I wanted to show you. That's literally the only reason I played this whole thing. But you guys did notice the 10 clue, right? I thought that was a good one. Okay, so here. How's the sound on the game right now? Is it reasonable? Because if you don't get the sound, it's not as fun. Like, as long as if you can kind of hear the music if you can hear the music that's playing right now, then that's good. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, cool. All right. Ready? So you found all the magic scrolls. Your treasure is inside. Okay, ready? I loved it. And then so that's what all the scrolls were. Each scroll was a letter for the code for a gift card for a Nintendo Switch, for Nintendo Switch games. And that was his 10th birthday present, and I've never been able to top it since. So that was I really went big on his 10th birthday, and then I can't top it. I got nothing else. But that was a lot of fun. Making those games are really fun. He's a really nice guy. Saying this after hanging out with him several times. I believe it. I mean, everyone that's hung out with him has said the same thing, and that like he's the exact same person that he presents himself as on streams, which is super cool because he seems like a good dude. Okay, so we got to try out Rainbows, Cupcakes, and Unicorns. Awesome. And I'm glad that I have this, and I'm definitely going to show this to my daughter, who is 6, and she's going to lose her mind because of the color scheme. And she'll be very happy about that. And then I also am definitely going to play this game later and try and beat the Prime birthday game. Oh, I should have looked in here. You said to look. Did you say to look at the end or at the beginning? I can't remember from your instructions now. But this is awesome. What did you build this in, just out of curiosity? Because it's really cool. Prime beat it? That's good. It would have been hilarious if he's like playing it for months and months and months and just can't beat it. It's in Vanilla.js. Nice. Oh, that's awesome. I really like doing, I do really enjoy coding stuff in vanilla like vanilla HTML, CSS, and JS. I don't know. It's just kind of fun. Maybe it's because I'm old. He found a bug first, then once I fixed it, he beat it. Oh, nice. I mean, it wouldn't be a game released without a few bugs, right? Okay. What do you think? I was gonna play a little bit of some Terminator just while we're chit-chatting, because for no good reason other than I felt like playing Terminator. I also, here, this was like, I don't care about anything else in this site that I made other than all I really focused on this site was these tiles. And these tiles are pure CSS and I love them. Oh, although I tried to go to a local site and that's not what I wanted. These tiles, I was so happy with these, and that's just straight CSS, and that's it. And they're awesome, and I was very proud of them. Ignore the rest of the site, but that part was really cool. Okay, react to this very short video. Oh man. Risky clicks. Let's do it. What is this? Oh my gosh.
C++ is absolutely atrocious. First of all, there's like 20 different ways to initialize a variable.
That's probably super loud, isn't it?
Rules and edge cases around
Dude,
initialization.
you are killing me.
Wrote a 300-page textbook.
React to this. Oh my god. That is insane. A 2-hour video on C++. Oh. You know what? Hey, I'm always looking for new things to do. Why not? I remember when I was younger and like I wanted to learn how to code, and I got a C++ book, and I think I read like the intro, and then at that time I was just kind of like, I think I'm out. I don't think this is for me. Well, now you've given me a 2-hour video to watch and a 120-minute article to read. So thank you. I've got all my plans for the next few days. Okay, we're going to play some Terminator, and then because for me it is already 11:30 at night, and I'm old and have kids, and I don't get to stay up very late anymore. But this has been so much fun. This is my problem, and I need to work on my schedule and figure out a way to stream earlier in the day, because I have so much fun doing this that like by the end of it, I'm so jacked up on energy, and then it just blows my schedule out of the water. Because then the next day I'm just screwed because I'm so tired. But I really enjoy this. And truthfully, it comes down to the fact that like people come in and talk and have fun. You should stream again. I mean, I get it. I do fully understand the time being limited. I mean, like, that's why I'm doing it now, and I will regret it in the morning, but I really like it. It's really fun. Like, even on the streams where nobody shows up, I still have fun. Don't get me wrong, it's way more fun when there are people in here, but even on the streams where nobody shows up, it's just kind of fun to talk and do stuff. I'm trying to figure out more ways to like be able to do it with work stuff, because I have some work projects that I think I could do on stream that wouldn't be an issue, and if I can do those, I would really like to do that, because then it keeps like, at least I could maybe justify doing it earlier in the day. But you do get to know people. I know we got Brazil in here. I think what do we have? We got Brazil and America. I know that much for sure. And then Canada, obviously. But yeah, it is fun. I'd love to figure out a better way to do it earlier in the day. There was a time when I first was trying to get back into it this past month where, for whatever reason, I was just waking up at like 4 a.m. I have no idea why, but so I'd wake up at 4 a.m., go exercise, drink coffee, and then start streaming at like 5. And I was doing that for a couple hours, and that was fun. But then all of a sudden over holiday break, my schedule just flipped. And now I've been like up until 2 a.m. and then dying the next day. 4 a.m. is just a little bit after my bedtime. That's insane. Even when I was young and didn't have any responsibilities, I was still the guy that, unless we were out partying, like 11 p.m. was like my time. I was like, I'm good. Yeah, waking up at 5 a.m. to stream. I will say this, as far as trying to squeeze it into my schedule, other than the fact that my sleep schedule right now is messed up and I'm staying up later, waking up earlier and doing it was better as far as like for my day, because I could just get up, I could eat, get ready for the day, do a stream, and then be done by 7 when my kids are getting up for school. And it was kind of perfect, because then then it's already done. You feel good about doing it. And like I said, because it really energizes me, it actually like woke me up and got me excited. So I do like that more than night streaming personally, but it's one of those weird trade-offs where like I need a reset day so that I can not stream. I just need to like not stream at night, but also get to bed early enough so that I can I can switch over to doing it in the morning. Well, I'll tell you what, Code Girl. What's 5? You don't have to like give away too much, but it's, I don't know where you are. What's 5 a.m. your time? Is that like 7 my time? 8 my time? I'm Eastern. I guess it's 11:30 right now my time. Because I'm just saying, if you start getting up at that time to do it, okay, 3 hours behind, that's even easier. If you start getting up at 5, I will make sure to watch it, because that's perfect. 8 a.m. I'll be up. Kids are just getting out the door. I will come watch your streams to help make sure that you have at least one person there. I do think streaming from the West Coast is a way better deal. Like, it's almost, I could actually understand why people would like move out west just to stream, because that time zone is way better for streaming. East Coast is the worst. It's good for some things, but it's the worst for a lot of things. Yeah. Yeah, you do. I do really. I remember. So I used to live in Arizona. I was there for like 10 years. And when I was there, everybody that I was hanging out with really loved football. And so it was great because you could like, you'd wake up and you get the afternoon game in the morning, which is awesome. So you like wake up, have breakfast, watch a football game, then you'd have lunch, and then the late afternoon games would be starting, which is like your early afternoon game. And then so by the time the night game comes on, it's really only like dinner time, evening. It was the best. I did that time zone is, I like it. I mean, as long as you're not trying to trade on the stock market, you're probably good. West Coast. I like it. So that's my deal to you, though. If you start streaming at 5 a.m., I'll make sure to turn it on. So you've got, I mean, I'm sure you get more than, you'll get more than me, but you have a guaranteed one. I will make sure it gets turned on when you come on. I'll already be at my computer, so it's perfect. Yeah, that's the only downside is like if you're trying to trade. I mean, I knew guys that would like, I used to know some people that lived out west in Canada. They lived in BC. And so they would like wake up at, whatever, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, do a bunch of trades, be done their day by 10 a.m. and then just, mess around, do whatever they wanted, sleep. But they were also getting up at, like 2 or 3 in the morning every single time, which it's, I guess, once you're used to it, it's not that big of a deal. It's just once you just got to get into the schedule. And then with kids, though, that throws everything off. I mean, once you have kids, especially young kids, as you know, and they have activities and after school stuff, and then life just gets out of control in the best possible way, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, here, I'm going to, just as a note, I'm still here to chit chat, but hey, Michio, what's up? Back on Windows after a year. It's so strange. Stranger in a strange land. Dude, I know. Windows has gotten out of control. I mean, is it even called Windows anymore? It's not. I think it's just Copilot. Everything's just Copilot, is it not? Yeah. I was saying earlier, like, the only reason that I'm on Windows right now is because I use a Intel NVIDIA hybrid GPU on my laptop, which is what I use for streaming and gaming. And I have to use Windows because Hyperland on Linux just could not figure it out. I spent weeks trying to get the handoff to work properly because it always, for anyone who doesn't know, like how the hybrid ships. Yes, the Optimus GPU switching. Michio knows. And it would just, God, it would just fail all the time to do the switch properly. Or like, I could force it into like 100% usage or whatever on the GPU, on the NVIDIA GPU, but then just like the fan was going wild the whole time, and it's just a nightmare. And so I was like, because I wanted to stream, I had to go back to Windows for now. If we can boost this stream up a little bit, everybody, you know, make this popular, and then start making some of that sweet moolah, maybe I can buy a new computer to to stream with. Because right now I am not allowed to buy any more computers. That is a firm message that I've received. There are to be no more new computers purchased. So the deal is, if I can turn this into something that makes enough money to buy a computer, then I'm allowed to buy a computer. And for all you young people, it does happen like that sometimes. you just gotta roll with it. System is 5 years old, but at least it's high-end 5 years. So that's the two laptops that I have. I will be honest, I love them both. Like, they're quite good, but they are 3 and I think 5 years old as well. But when the MacBook Air M2 came out, I bought it and I beefed it up. So I gave it 24 gigabytes of RAM. And so it's been great because it has no fan and I can still run like local LLMs. It's not amazing, but I can do it. It has enough juice to do it, but it doesn't have a GPU because it's a MacBook Air. So for streaming, then I had to get a Windows PC. Specifically, I bought a Windows PC just because I needed to edit a .NET 4.7. 4.7, is that the one? I had to do that, .NET, and you can't compile it on a Mac. It has to be on Windows. Because after 5, then you can start compiling on Macs, but before 5 you couldn't. So anyway, so then I bought a Samsung Ultrabook. I don't remember why I chose it, but it has the hybrid 4050 GPU. So like for somebody like me, it can game pretty well. It can stream decently enough. Like, it's not perfect, but it does a pretty good job streaming. Oh my gosh, I just realized I didn't press record. Oh. Darn it. I'm so mad at myself. I meant to press record. The only downside to this Ultrabook is it only has 16 gigs of RAM, which sucks. And that was the highest I could get. But yeah, the M2 was good. The M4, I haven't tried it, but the M2 is really good. 32 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte disk. Yeah, that's key. I will say I'm a big fan of, like, if I buy a computer, I try to max it out as much as I can, because then I try and keep it as long as humanly possible. Basically, until it gives out, I will keep it. Seems to work out pretty well so far. Doesn't happen that often, but every once in a while. Oh, I can't believe I forgot to record this locally. I spent so much time earlier setting up like separate tracks so for the recording so that I could record it and pull out music or like video game audio and like make sure that the voice was still on the whole time. I spent hours I was testing so many things. And then I just straight up didn't press the button. Oh, so dumb. So dumb. Well, I guess any clips I'm gonna make out of this will just have to be the compressed Twitch stream quality. Feel like I should have bought a desktop? Yeah, me too. That's the one thing. I bought a laptop because I needed it to take it into work, but if I could go back, I would have kept my MacBook Air as my laptop only, and then bought a desktop PC. Next time. We'll see what happens. All right. I almost got through this game, by the way. It's awesome. Oh, I need to turn on sound on my end. I can't hear it. Oops. There we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I know I'm skipping through this really fast, but because you have to... I love this game, but the downside is that you have to rewatch it every time. And unfortunately for you guys, I've read all of this like 12 times now, and I just can't be bothered to read it again. But if you've ever watched Terminator, it follows the movie very, very closely. Terminator 2. So, anyways. I'm only going to play for a little bit, and then I'm going to end up going. I think I've got like 10 more minutes left in me. This has honestly been amazing, and if you guys stayed on here, I could probably stay on here for another like 4 hours, but I need to remember to go and get some sleep, or else tomorrow is going to be terrible. So we're going to play, see how far I can make it for just a little bit, and then we're going to call it. I was really excited just recently. Oops. I set up a little monitor underneath, so I have an ultra, like a widescreen, which I really, really like. But for streaming, I don't like trying to play or do the stuff just like through the OBS screen. So I got one of those like portable monitors, and so now it's all set up. It's awesome. So that's why, if you wonder where I'm looking, that's where I'm looking. Oh yeah. Here we go. Biggest fear is having a laptop stolen here in Brazil. Oh, I believe that, unfortunately. I never said this before, but when I first moved back to Canada, here's a weird personal story. The first girl I dated was a girl from Brazil who was here doing like a study abroad to learn English. And I actually met her at the train station, at the subway. It was pouring rain, and the subway ended up getting canceled. And I was like, she didn't know what she was doing or like where to go, and I was like, hey, do you know where you're going to? And she told me, and I was like, okay, that actually works out. I'm going very close to there. Do you want to split a cab? And so we split a cab, and she told me her story about like what she was doing here and all that sort of stuff. And then we ended up dating for a little bit. That's my best Brazilian connection. I was supposed to go down and visit at some point, and then life.
Checkpoint. Warning.
Yeah, now she's like a plastic surgeon or something. I found out this boss has a big flaw, which is you just literally sit in that one spot. And you can destroy that boss very quickly. This was fun. I did a lot more just yip-yapping on this stream than I thought I was going to, but it was a lot of fun. I need to work on a website, which I will do. I might do that, maybe not tomorrow on stream, but if I get a chance to stream on Friday, I might do some Claude coding with to finish up this website. I was talking a little bit about it earlier, but I've been breaking it up into these little chunks to have Claude knock it out, and it's been awesome. It's been going so much faster than if I had to do it myself. Like, it's all just PHP. It's a custom WordPress backend, so it still uses PHP, but then it also uses ACF. I don't know how many of you guys done a lot of WordPress dev, but that's like basically you like build your own plugin that allows you to do whatever you want, basically, on the WordPress backend. And so I've been using that, which has been awesome. Because we had done it the same way on the old website. And so now I'm just redoing it. But doing it in these chunks has proven to be really useful, and it's allowed Claude, I think, to do its best work, where like, that dog. I can't get over how much these dogs just look like a giant human. Yeah, I found that it's allowed Claude not to mess up as much. No! Poor puppy. I really don't like shooting the dogs. I wish they weren't part of it. I know they're just pretend, but it still feels a little weird. Oh, robots. Those robots. Oh. All right. This will be like the time where I said I'm just going to play for a little bit, and then I'm going to just like destroy this game and get further than I've ever gotten. Oh, no. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, you should watch Terminator. So, you know what's funny is I realized after I started playing this game that, like, I don't think I'd ever actually watched the full original Terminator. So I went back and watched it. And then I was like, maybe I have seen it. Or at least I've seen, like, a bunch of random parts of it. Enough to make me feel like I've watched the whole movie. But it is a fun movie. And Terminator 2 is definitely way better. Like, Terminator 1 is good, but Terminator 2 is amazing. I watched the first a month ago. Oh, nice. Yeah, you should watch T2. It's really good. Blade Runner is awesome. I love Blade Runner. And I actually really like the whatever it was, 2040, whatever the heck the name was, the new one. I really like that one too. I thought they did a great job. I don't know though. I love movies. I'm not a great critic. $20.49. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'm a bad critic though. I find like it's probably healthier in life, but I can find something that I like about most things. It's very rare that there will be something that I'm just like, this was total and utter, oh shit, total and utter garbage. That doesn't happen very often. Some things. I can think of one thing actually. There was this like Peter Pan movie that came out, like a live action Peter Pan movie. Don't worry, not like Hook. That movie was amazing, but it was so bad. I remember walking out of the theater. I don't remember what it was, like 2002, 2003 maybe. But oh, it was terrible. It's the only movie that I've ever actually walked out of. I was there with my high school girlfriend at the time, and it was just, oh, so bad. Personality. My personality is based on every movie I watch. Yeah, I definitely feel that. I'll watch a movie and be like, I could be this thing. That makes me want to watch Hackers. I love that movie. It's so great. Hack the planet. Hey, I'm crushing it right now, by the way. I didn't even realize how good I was doing. It's the distraction. Oh, Mr. Robot? Yes. Okay, hold up. Hold up. You ready for this? I don't know if I've told you this before. Obviously not, because you just asked if I'd watched it. On Reddit, so there is evidence about this. After I think like the second episode, I called one of the big twists of the first season, and nobody believed me. Everybody thought I was being ridiculous. I'll try not to, no spoilers. If you have not watched Mr. Robot, plug your ears for the next 2 seconds. But I called the fact that, everybody ready? I feel like everybody in here has watched it. I'm about, almost, hold on. It was one of the big twists. Not all of the twists, but it was one of the big ones. And it was that Elliot and Darlene were brother and sister. I think I called it at like, I called it after like the first or second episode, like super early on, and nobody believed me. Everyone was like, no. Oh my gosh, you I haven't watched it. Shut up. If you haven't watched, I gave so much time. I gave so much time. It won't ruin the show anyways, but it was a good plot twist that I called. I was pretty impressed with it. And nobody believed me. Everybody was like, Halt and Catch Fire is amazing. I love that show. I've rewatched that show like 3 times. Oh, it's such. I really like. You know what? So I like that show for the same reason that I really like For All Mankind on Apple Plus. Where it's like the alternate history, where it's kind of, it has like elements of truth about like things and events that happen, but then there's obviously like a lot of alternative, like all these other fictional pieces built on it. I really like that style of storytelling. Yeah, For All Mankind was amazing. Halt and Catch Fire was amazing. Mr. Robot was incredible. Yeah, I don't know. I like all that stuff. I definitely like to build stuff, but I am 100% like a media consumer. If there's a good show, I get way into them. I'm not like an obsessive person who like, I don't like buy a bunch of paraphernalia for things. Like I love Star Wars, but like I don't have a ton of Star Wars stuff. That's just not my style. But I love watching them and getting into the stories and that kind of stuff. Pluribus has been really good too. You know what though? Okay, I gotta say, Pluribus is a little slow. I do think it's picked up a little bit now that like towards the end of the first season. So hopefully the second season will come in a little faster because they have established enough stuff. But my favorite Apple TV show by far, for like, and I think it's honestly my favorite for only a couple lines throughout the whole series, but Shrinking, I love that show. I think that is just one of the most enjoyable watching experiences. Like every episode I enjoy, and when it's done I look forward to the next one, and I don't get that way about a lot of shows. Yeah, the concept of Pluribus is perfect right now, for sure. There's another show on Apple that I haven't watched yet, but people have been talking a lot about it. It's like another sci-fi show. I don't know. I feel like I've had this conversation before, but Apple TV is like they promote nothing when it comes to their TV shows, and I think they have one of the best streaming lineups of like all services. Like, so many of their shows are so good, and they like barely talk about it. I almost never see advertising for it. Like I rarely see them, like Apple, pushing it, but all of their shows are so good. I feel like it's sort of changing. It's slowly changing, but I remember I started signing up for Apple, I don't know, like 3 years ago, and there have just been so many good shows that I've really enjoyed, and they never talk about them, it seems. Yeah, they do seem to prioritize quality over quantity. I agree. They do have like some weird ones, but a lot of Apple shows are really good. And what's another show that I just started watching? Oh, have you guys been watching the Fallout series? I really liked the first season, so I'm just getting into the second season now, but I know that's not Apple, but that's another show that's on the list of things. The F1 movie was amazing. Okay, so here's like, okay, here we go. Season 2 has been really good at Fallout. Yeah, I've been enjoying it so far. I think a new one came out yesterday or today. I haven't watched that one yet, but I've caught up other than that. Okay, here's my story that hopefully, you don't judge me too harshly, but I always enjoyed drinking, and I kind of quit drinking over the last 2 years. But that was always like my go-to, and I always had lots of friends who like really like to smoke weed and take gummies and all that sort of stuff, and that was just never really my thing. It always just made me tired, and I never wanted to pay attention. But for some reason, I got it in my head that it would be really fun to take a gummy and go watch F1 in IMAX. And it absolutely was a good choice. my kids and wife were out of town for the weekend, so I was by myself in the house. I had nothing to do. It just so happened that the movie had come out, and I was just like, you know what? why not? Let's see what happens. And I did it, and it was awesome. It was such a fun experience. I had way too much fun doing that. But that was like the only I haven't done that in like years and years and years and years. And then I just decided randomly, I was like, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, oh yeah, Interstellar or Oppenheimer on IMAX would be incredible. That would be sweet. We've kind of gone into a weird phase of talking about movies, but this reminded me of one of the last movies I cried in. Well, other than kids' movies, they get me all the time. But I went and watched that Sandra Bullock Gravity movie by myself, and there was like nobody else in the theater. It was so empty, and then that whole movie was just like about emptiness and being alone and like all of this stuff that I walked out. I like by the end of the movie, I was just bawling, and I walked out of the theater, and I called, at the time she was my girlfriend, and I called her, and I was just like, I don't know what's happening. Like, this is just so sad. Like, we're so alone and small and insignificant. It hit me so hard, and I just didn't know what to do with myself. And it was just this overwhelming feeling of like being alone in the world, and it was wild. It was wild. Great movie though. I really liked it. I thought it was fun. I mean, not fun, but I thought it was good. You don't have a movie theater in your town. Oh man, it's so interesting talking to people from different places. Like, I've only ever lived in the US, Canada, and then Australia. But like when we lived in Arizona, obviously like we traveled through Mexico quite a bit, and like sometimes to resort towns, but lots of times just like all over Mexico. And it's just always interesting. It's always interesting to see, because like the idea of like not having a movie theater in Ontario, like even in my like town of 14,000 people, like we had a movie theater. Like, it's just one of those things that's like, it's such a, for me, like it just became such an expected thing, I guess, which is kind of weird. But yeah, it's just interesting. Yeah, different perspectives. I know. I think that's why people need to travel. Like, I could go on to this topic for so long, but so many people form these opinions about the world and like how things work, and they've like never left 30-mile radius of their house. You know, McDonald's, that's wild. McDonald's are everywhere. That's legit crazy. All right, we're gonna do a little more playing while we're talking, but dude, that's out of control. Oh yeah, I guess I don't have to kill all of this stuff. I always stop to kill these things, but you can just walk by them. I don't need to travel. I hate all societies equally except Japan because it's an autistic nation. You have a, okay, hold up. Your city is 37,000 people and you don't have a McDonald's or a movie theater? That is wild to me. I mean, I get it, but it's also wild to me. Man. Yeah. I do love, oh shit. I do like the perspectives of hearing how other people live their lives. It's just fascinating. Because everything is so different depending on where you go. And I think so many people get caught in a little bubble. They don't even realize. It's very easy to think that your experiences are the only experiences. Okay. All right, guys. As a note, though, what time is it? Oh my god, it's almost midnight. If I get through this level, I think that's gonna be it for me, because I need to sleep. Oh no, I broke something. Oh. Might not make it through this level, but then I'm gonna have to call it, because if I don't, I'm gonna be a nightmare tomorrow. But we're gonna try and get through this level, and then that'll be it. Well, what was this? Sorry, hold on. We used to have a movie theater, but it was closed 10 years ago. There you go. When I grew up, my city was 80,000 people. Now it's 430,000. Oh my god, that's out of control. That is a huge, huge growth. What drove the growth, do you know? It was just like jobs. Because that's nuts. That's a huge amount of growth. Ah, stupid fire.
Continue acquired.
All right. Arizona's fastest growing state. New supplement. Oh, is that where you are? You're in Arizona? Did I know that? I'm sorry if I did. Where in Arizona are you? Again. Oh, hold on. Oh shoot. I'm just getting a message. 1 second. I might have to call it. Hello. Hey, I just saw your message. Need me to come up? Oh, are you there? Sorry, I had to take a call, and I gotta go take care of a child who is waking up in the middle of the night. So, we're calling it. Thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate it, but I gotta go. I'm still working on trying to do like 3 times a week. So, hopefully I'll see you guys soon. Sorry, I'm gonna have to cut this one short and just bust out here really fast. But really, really thank you. And we'll talk soon.